Hello everyone. If you want a bird feeder where you can restrict who has access to it, then you need to be watching this video. It's a review of the Brome mini squirrel buster bird feeder. I have been asked by a few people to do a review of these feeders because they're wondering primarily, do they keep squirrels out? Do they keep rats out? And also, do they keep starlings and bigger birds out? So let's find out. Just before we get into all the good stuff, I bought this feeder myself. I'm not being paid to promote it or to do a review of it. I'll put a link in the description to the Brome website, but I actually bought mine from an online company called Garden Wildlife Direct, I think it was. I'm not affiliated with them, but I bought it from them and I was happy with the price and the service. While I've been talking, I've been showing you some images of the box, and we'll get into the other parts and the instructions, etc. shortly. If you want to read anything, obviously, just pause the video. And here is what is in the box. It's quite a simple setup. There's not much you need to do. And my first impression is I'm quite impressed with the quality. It's a good quality. It feels durable. It seems very well made. And I do quite like the quality. I'm impressed with that. It has a different kind of perch to the one the birds are used to using in my garden, as you can see here. So it will be interesting to see how the birds adapt to that too. And here is the inside part where you put the food for the birds. Here's a quick look at the instructions. Obviously, you can just pause if you want to read anything particularly. It's fairly standard, it's fairly easy to put together, and the instructions are very clear. You only have a couple of parts to it. There's the inside chamber where the food goes. Then you've got the mesh that goes over the top. And then you fit the wand onto the top to hang it. As I've already mentioned, I am quite pleased with how well made it is. It isn't cheap or flimsy. It feels durable and feels like it's going to last quite some time in the garden. And here it is hung up, although obviously I haven't put any food in it yet. And it works as soon as a squirrel or a big bird comes on it, its weight pulls the wire mesh down, which, as you can see here, the weight just closes the opening for the food and there's no longer access. Also, it's not just the perches that activate the closing mechanism. All the wand and the mesh, any weight on there does exactly the same thing. So with all that said, let's get it filled up with food in the garden and see what happens. The first question is it squirrel proof? They claim they are 100% guarantee and it is squirrel proof, and I think it is. Now, I only have one squirrel coming into my garden and she came to have a look at it, but unfortunately I didn't manage to catch it on camera, but it immediately closed down with her weight and she couldn't get it and she lost interest fairly quickly and hasn't been back. Is it rat proof? I would say again, absolutely yes. I mean, I don't have a problem with that, so I haven't been able to observe it. but it's going to be the same as with the squirrels. Their weight will just close the feeder. And the other big question I was asked, is it starling proof and is it large bird proof? Well, let's get to that in a minute, but first of all, let's just have a quick look at some of the birds that quickly started using it. Firstly, a blue tit. Blue tits are never shy of having a look at new feeders. They are quite brave, and this one's enjoying it. Next, the sparrows. They always take a little bit longer to get used to things, I find. I mean, I don't know what anybody else finds, let me know. But as you can see here, they started getting used to it and they loved it. It's suet, who wouldn't? And as you can see here, a jackdaw goes on it and immediately the weight makes the feeding area close up. So he loses interest and leaves. I do think it's fair to say it's big bird proof because they're just going to weigh far too much unless they work out another way of getting at the food. Finally, and most importantly for a lot of people, is it starling proof? The answer to that is yes and no. It stops, as you can see here, the starling frenzy where they all descend on a feeder and just clear it out within a minute, but it doesn't stop one persistent starling from being able to get on it. The weight of one starling is not enough on its own to stop them feeding. It's certainly good at slowing them down. It won't stop them, as you can see here. So it depends what you actually want from a feeder. So in summary from me, I think it's a really good feeder. I'm impressed with the quality of it. And I do think it's going to do a good job of deterring the big birds, deterring any rodents and squirrels, and slowing the starlings down. I'll be happy to use this in my garden. I will be doing a review of another of the squirrel buster feeders, which is the one that has an adjustable weight mechanism. So I will see whether that deters the starlings, and I'll be posting a video of that soon. Watch out for it. And now it's over to you. What do you think? I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please give me a like. Think about subscribing if you want to. And I'd love to hear what you think of the feeder below and of other feeders. Do you know a feeder that's starling proof that people could use? Because that's one of the main questions I'm always asked. So if you know of one, please comment below and let us all know. Anyway, thank you for watching and bye for now.